So my big ask for you today, as I step down from here, is please register with us so that we can know you, so that you can be counted, and so that we can start to solve your problems. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, DG Smith, and we appreciate you. And the next Goodwill message is from the Arole Odudua, or Niadeye Far, or Jaja Second, Kabiesu.
The President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, the father of our nation, and the father of Sweden, ably represented here with us. We're very privileged today to have our finest, very articulate and very refined the best brains in the public sector arena, who rose to the peak of his career in banking and also as a politician. Today, we are all very proud to have you as our bedrock, our supporter, as the patron of the entire MSME in their country. I want to thank you, Mr. Vice President, for everything you do, particularly your time today. Please, I am very happy. If you are happy, please join me to give our Vice President a resounding round of applause. Thank you so very much, once again. Well, I'm not surprised that the extended MSME clinic is being hosted in Ondo State. A lot of you might probably don't know this aspect of a very rare and unique individual that the name goes after everything he does. So be careful the name you give to your children. Make sure you look for a name in order to shape in their future. He was one of the best fishermen out of Ilaje. You all might not know. He is fully part of us in MSME. Excellency, mo ẹja pa gidigidi gan ni o. Tọ́n bá ju àwọn báyìí, gbogbo ẹja ló máa kó o. Our 18.0 Pro Max Governor, we want to thank you for supporting all of us as the patron of MSME. All of us combined, we brought a project to Ondo State. You mentioned it earlier. I want to tell you and tell everybody here today, over 90% of everything done within that facility done by Nigerian small and medium scale entrepreneurs. I'm not happy. You are not really supporting us very well. Encourage us now. Abba. For us, we want every public sector and private sector to mirror such. Pull all these young people together, because that's the heartbeat of our nation. let them give a product of an integrated project. Look at yourself every day, from your head to your toe. What is made in Nigeria in what you are putting on? Is it your cap? Is it your babariga? Is it your pen? Is it your shoe? And when you wake up, look at your toothpaste. Some people are so wealthy, their water is being imported to Nigeria. They don't trust Nigerian water. Yet, they make the money from Nigeria and they go elsewhere to fix everything. How are we going to encourage and help these young people? It's very important when you sit to eat. What is the percentage of what you are eating made in our country? If we imbibe this culture, we will keep growing as a nation. It will be an implosive growth. And I can assure you, from time to time, the job creation initiative government is working on will continue to reduce. On this note, I want to thank also the neighboring governor. You call him neighboring governor. And the way Vice President calls him, I will do the same because I like it. Bow, bow, bow. Please all join me. Say, bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Please give him a resounding round of applause. I spoke to you 2 weeks ago. We are doing another watershed project in Ekiti State, all powered by MSME. You'll be very proud to come and open it very soon. We're coming to you. And that's what we're doing all over the country. Charity begins at home. We have done in Osun State. We have done in Ondo State. We are currently doing in Ekiti State. The one we've done in Lagos State, we have now. Because all these young, small and medium entrepreneurs, we must encourage them to see a mirror of a project that is very well done. I told the Vice President that we will soon call you to Lagos to open the biggest ever built, 100% built by Nigerians, everything by all done with SME young entrepreneurs. You will come and open it for us, the largest integrated shopping mall and a central business in Lagos. We just finished it. We will soon call you to come and open it for us. Seeing is believing. You will not believe how gifted Nigerians are. And I want to thank Charles Smithan. He's actually helped us to open a lot of fund. BOI, they are all here. We want to thank you. We want to show appreciation to you. And also, a lot of pioneers that are really, really supporting us. If you look at me, I am very proud to tell you that over 90% of what I'm putting on, all done in Nigeria. This is my Ashoke. One of this did this for me. Put the stone there, and I'm very proud to be a Nigerian, wearing Nigerian products. So I want to implore each and every one of us, this is the only way we can grow our nation. On behalf of all the traditional rulers that are here, we want to thank you. Thank you so very much for everything you are doing. Governor Ayedatiwa, thank you so very much. Our mother of the state, Eshe Adupalowoyu, thank you for supporting us on behalf of all of us. And Orioye, before I drop this microphone, I want to thank you so very much for keeping the fire burning. This is a young man that I discovered wearing pants, fishing like our governor. They were both fishermen from Ilaje, but I didn't experience governor. It was actually Orioye that gave me that Orijo, that Kabiyesi. Governor used to be a fisherman too now. And I went to meet governor. I thought governor would deny it. And governor told me proudly that, Kabiyesi, if you know walk patak pejari. Please clap for our governor again. Patawo yedada o. Ayé mà ti dá tiwa. Ṣó ti dá tiwa. Mi ò gbọ́ yín dáadáa. Shoti datiwa. Ama datiwa loni o. Eshe pupo. On the final note, thank you so very much for coming. Mr. Vice President, keep supporting us. As you are supporting us, you are supporting the young people of this country. You are supporting the heartbeat of Nigeria. And we plan the way we are organized in Southwest. We're taking it to everywhere in Nigeria. God bless you and God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Kabiyesi, thank you so much. We appreciate you, Kabiyesi. Kabiyesi, thank you. Thank you. Kabiyesi, we appreciate you, sir. Kabiyesi actually said something about our governor in Yoruba language. Thank you, Kabiyesi, for passing the information across. At this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, it is a great honor to invite His Excellency, Governor of Ekiti State, to come and give his goodwill message. Excellency Biodun Abayomi Oyebanji, it is your turn to give your goodwill message.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Alhaji Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. My brother, the cat with 9 lives, the Governor of Ondo State, His Excellency Dr. Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, and Her Excellency, the wife, who bears same name as my mother and as my daughter. Thank you so much, ma. Let me adopt the well-elaborate protocol as established by the Deputy Governor of Ondo State. But I must extend courtesies to Kabiyesi, the Oni of Ife, for joining us today. And Kabiyesi Olowo, let me use you to extend courtesies to all our royal fathers that are here. Distinguished Senator Father Osi, my brother Dr. Tope Fashua, Charles and Tola Johnson, and every other person in the entourage of the Deputy or of the Vice President. Your Excellency, I'm going to start on a note of appreciation to the federal government for this initiative. Last year, you were in Ekiti State, and since that day and now, it has not remained the same. And I know that Ondo State also will experience this. Your Excellency, without patronizing you, sir, this is the first attempt by any government to align growth with development in Nigeria. This is the first deliberate attempt. Most of the time in this country, what we used to have are good macroeconomic indices, GDP, that speaks to growth without development. I won't go into the distinction because Tope is an expert, but growth alone does not develop a people and doesn't develop a nation. But since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came on board, and with this SMEs clinic, there is a deliberate attempt to align growth with development in the country. And I sat down there watching the testimonials by people that didn't know anybody being touched by this clinic. We are extremely grateful to the federal government, and we especially thank His Excellency the Vice President for leading this charge. His physical presence at all the clinics speaks to how serious the federal government takes this initiative. A country, a people cannot develop without developing the MSMEs. It's not possible. The engine of growth and development in any nation. But unfortunately, there are sectors that have long been neglected. So thank you, sir, and for leading in this light. We are extremely grateful. And I must also thank you, sir, for appointing the Oni as the ambassador of this project. Because Kabiyesi from head to toe, everything he uses, they are made in Nigeria. I can speak to that. From his shoes, to his beads, to his necklaces, everything he uses. And how I wish that all of us, I plead with us that all these young entrepreneurs, let us continue to patronize them. It's only patronizing them that they can make sales, they can prosper, and they can create wealth. Because the best way to develop a nation is productivity. A nation that is not productive cannot develop. Palliatives are good, but they are just temporary measures. The pathway to prosperity, to wealth creation, is productivity, and that is what the small medium enterprises represent. So as they are producing, I charge all of us to please patronize them. Once again, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ondo State, thank you for bringing this to your people. I know you are an intentional governor. You work so hard for your people. So when I got the call yesterday, I had no choice than to come here because I believe in this vision. And I know that as it happened in Ekiti State, after today's clinic, the status and the fate of small medium enterprises, in Ondo State will not remain the same again. Once again, I thank you for this opportunity. Your Excellency, we are extremely, and I also plead that this should be extended to all other states that have not witnessed this. We want every other state in Nigeria to feed this church. God will grant you the strength and the resources to get it done. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for your intervention. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Your Excellencies, this is our visitor, the personality I want to recognize is our visitor in Ondo State since yesterday. He's the national chairman of NASIMA, Engineer Goodwill Ibrahim. You're welcome to the Sunshine State. Sorry for the fact that your name is being mentioned now. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, it is now time for our dear Governor in Ondo State, well pleased, Dr. Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa, to come and talk to you, to welcome you to the Sunshine State, and to equally talk to the good people of the Sunshine State. Your Excellency, we are hereby inviting you, Your Excellency.
You may be seated. Thank you. Eshe. Thank you. Let me first of all give thanks to Almighty God who make it possible for all of us to be here today. Especially for our Mr. Vice President to be here in our midst. He flew out of Abuja, had a smooth takeoff and safe landing here. And every one of us that has come from far and near to be part of this occasion, we are not taking that for granted. The mercies of God is good and His help. To Him alone we give all the thanks and praise. I want to acknowledge, even in absentia, the President of this nation and Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. But he's here also through a representative, the one who works under him, who is also working alongside with him, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Alhaji Distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Thank you, sir, for coming. I remember on Thursday when we were having our NEC meeting, and I heard about this clinic that you will be coming yourself. Before we started the meeting, I walked up to him and said, "Sir, Alan, you are coming to Ondo State." And he looked at me, said, "I don't know. I don't think I'm coming." Who said so? And I kept quiet, not knowing that he was just trying to put me in suspense. Mr. Vice President, thank you very much for coming. Let me just pay courtesy to my brother governor, whom I spoke to just yesterday evening. Mr. Vice President will be here in our midst. If you are not too busy, can you join me in solidarity to welcome him? He said, "Vice President is coming." What busy is that? I will leave every other thing to join you. His Excellency the Governor of Ekiti State, Honorable Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji, aka Bow Bow Bow. Thank you so much. I think about a week or 2 weeks ago, so I was with you in Ekiti State, when your people agreed with one mind and spoke with one voice that they want you to continue to govern them for the next 4 years after this one. Just to honor you, right there we also endorse our president for the second time. Thank you so much for being here. The wife of the governor of Ondo State, my wife, Esther Anikade Oluwaseun Ayedatiwa. My deputy governor, Dr. Laide Olabi Adelami MNI. Let me also acknowledge, in the entourage of the Vice President, Distinguished Senator Anomi from Osun East, more particularly from Ilesha, where my wife also comes from. Distinguished Senator Francis Fadamsi, I recognize you specially. Let me also acknowledge the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, who is represented here by the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Gbegudu Ololade. Thank you. The Special Advisor to the President on Economic Matters, Office of the Vice President, our son of the soil, Dr. Tokpe Kolade Fashua, PhD. I recognize you, and every other members of Mr. Vice President entourage, the DG Smedan, the Special Advisor Tola, and all the security aides that are here in the entourage of the Vice President. My friend, Senator Lekon Mustafa, thank you also for all that you are doing, for the support you are giving the President. And I can also forget, during my primaries, thank you. Let's leave the other story behind that. But I thank you. All the members of the Ondo State Executive Council here present, let me use this Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Taiwo Fasuranti, and as a point of contact to all of you, for want of time, our revered Kabiyesi, the co-patron of MSME in Nigeria, Kabiyesi Onirisa, direct from the source. Kabiyesi, I greet you specially. Thank you for all you are doing, for your investment in Ondo State, for patronizing the local entrepreneurs, and for exposing my early childhood days. Orioye, you will see me after now, for telling Kabiyesi all the early escapades. You see, we started that way. Right from primary 3, we were taught how to fish. And that is just about 9 years old. We have been doing this entrepreneurial work as early as age 9. You know what normally happens? It is, they call it handwork. Some people, for the young lady, they will be using this to do weaving. But for us, they say we must go and fish. And every Wednesday, they will ring the bell by about 11 a.m. They will ring the bell. Bagam, 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 fishing. That is it. It's part of our curriculum when we were growing up. And they will say, primary 3, 30 fishes. Primary 4, 40 fishes. Primary 5, 50 fishes. Primary 6, 60 fishes. And they will give within 2 hours before closing hour, you must return back to school to submit your fish. And they will bring out the register. They will be marking your names. And they will put the number of fish you have brought. And if yours is short of that 30, and you bring 20, it will, and that will be part of your mark for the promotion exam, whatever exam that is coming. So it was a training for us to be entrepreneur in areas of catching fish. So, and Orioye took after that also, first More. And he exposed that to Kabiyesi, and now it has come to the open, to the whole world. So I'm proud to be a fisherman. And let me also let you know that when we were moving around the various stands, you saw some of those crayfish, the small one, the big one that looked like lobster, and those big fish, that is coming from the ocean here in Ondo State. We have the longest coastline in Nigeria. The fishing trawlers, all the streams you are eating in the hotel in Lagos, they are being caught here in our sea, in the larger local government area of Ondo State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Kabiyesi, the chairman, Ondo State Council of Obas, let me recognize the DG immediate powers, all other participants, the service chiefs. I recognize every one of you from the police, DSS, immigration, customs, civil defense, road safety. Thank you very much for supporting us in maintaining peace in Ondo State and for us having this peaceful environment in having this XMSA clinic. the chairmen of councils, Aland, you are also here, I recognize all of you, all members of the State Assembly, DG, chairman, parastatals and board, permanent secretaries and directors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am greatly honored and delighted to welcome our Vice President, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, and other distinguished top government functionaries and esteemed stakeholders to the 7th expanded National MSME Clinic, a platform designed by the government at the center, which we are also adopting here at the subnational, to empower micro, small, and medium enterprises across all sectors of the economy in our nation, Nigeria. Today, we gather with a singular focus, which is to revolutionize the engine of our economy. We, as government, recognize the immense potential that lies within our MSMEs as catalyst for economic growth and development. And we are committed to unleashing this potential to drive growth, innovation, and prosperity. It is suffice to say that MSMEs are the backbone of our economy, contributing significantly to the GDP, employment, and innovation. A clinic of this nature is therefore essential to serve as a one-stop shop for regulatory agencies, financial institutions, enabling MSMEs to address challenges and access timely interventions. It also provides an easy platform for our young entrepreneurs to have wider access to funding, skills development, infrastructure, markets, and technology, facilitating MSMEs' growth and development through regulatory support and capacity building. Your Excellencies, our administration's 7-point development agenda, codenamed our EASE, prioritizes MSMEs' growth and development in line with the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President and the Vice President. We applaud the transformative vision of President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, under who Mr. Vice President and alongside serving as VP in our country, ensuring that we have a country where MSMEs are the drivers of economic growth, where innovation is celebrated, and where entrepreneurship is the norm. We are steadily transiting to the Nigeria of our collective dream, where every citizen has access to opportunities regardless of their background or location. As a subnational, we will continue to work tirelessly in support of the innovative effort of the federal government at driving the economy. The recent sponsorship of some of our states' MSMEs to the National MSMEs Clinic and the awards is a testament to our commitment to supporting MSMEs. I am honored to announce that 2 of our entrepreneurs emerged winners. That is Denkiwa and Cables Limited won the Award of Excellence in the manufacturing category, while K Classic Fashion clinched the award of excellence in fashion and style. Similarly, in 2018, MSME's Clinic was held in Ondo State here with accompanying success stories and has brought a conspicuous, life-changing impact to our young entrepreneurs. Just as Ekiti State Governor also testified to what has happened in Ekiti State when they had theirs. For us, since 2018, Ondo State has never been the same again. And that is why we have been winning consecutively each time this clinic is being put together for awards. The Oscars Award has remained the highlight of this event to celebrate the World MSME Day on the 27th of June every year, in which Ondo State had won 6 times consecutively from 2018 to date. Permit me to just mention the awardees from here. Tubi Investment Award of Excellence in Manufacturing in 2018. First More Food Venture Award of Outstanding Male MSME Participant 2020. Oski Farm Award of Excellence in Agriculture in 2021. Farm Apparel Award of Excellence in Fashion and Style 2022. Laughbat Award of Excellence in Tax Compliance in 2024. Denki Cable and Wire Award of Excellence in Manufacturing 2025. And lastly, K Classic Fashion Award of Excellency in Fashion and Style 2025. Your Excellency, all these cumulative success reflect our entrepreneurial resilience, industrial revolution, and Ondo State government support for our MSMEs. Likewise, we have made significant efforts to secure funding for our MSMEs through partnerships with key financial institutions. Notably, we have keyed into the federal government initiative of the Bank of Industry 75 billion MSME intervention program, providing our entrepreneurs with affordable financing options in the face of current economic realities. Our SMEs have also benefited from the entrepreneurial training program for micro, small, and medium enterprises by the Development Bank of Nigeria, equipping them with essential skills and knowledge to grow their businesses beyond the shores of this country. We have also implemented initiatives to provide grants and support for skills development through our One Youth, One Skill initiative that has battered the Odatiwa Skills Development Enterprises Center. The first mini shared facility in the history of Ondo State. So also under the Ondo State Microcredit Agency, we have been granting interest-free loans to our artisans, traders, and other small business owners. Last year, Odisema disbursed, that is Ondo State Microcredit Agency, disbursed over 220 million to artisans and traders across the state. At this juncture, I wish to express my profound gratitude to the esteemed office of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the Special Advisor on Job Creation and MSMEs for choosing Ondo State to host this 7th edition of the expanded National MSMEs Clinic. Your presence here today demonstrates your unwavering commitment to our state's economic growth. We have no doubt that collaboration between the federal and the state government, as well as the private sector, is crucial to MSME development. We also acknowledge and appreciate the support of the federal government, other government agencies and stakeholders, including our traditional rulers and private sectors organizations. Your interest in promoting MSMEs across Nigeria has changed the economic and commercial narratives of our dear country. I find it imperative to also urge all our SMEs to take advantage of the opportunities presented by this clinic, participate in the programs and initiatives, showcase your businesses, and attract investment that will drive your businesses to an enviable height. Let us work together to build a thriving entrepreneurial ecosystem in Nigeria. Your Excellency, sir, let me also crave your indulgence to use this opportunity to seek the gracious approval of your esteemed office for the establishment of the following in Ondo State. 1, a fashion hub share facility for Ondo State. These will help to create jobs and grow the fashion industry in our state. Even when we have not even gotten these, our people are winning in the award category. We always give you necessary support. Your dreams are our dreams. Your successes are our successes. We are committed to being your partners and your champions. Together, we can create a vibrant ecosystem that supports innovation, entrepreneurship, and job creation. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless Ondo State. And God bless MSMEs. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the Governor of Ondo State, the captain of our E's. We appreciate you, sir. And next on our agenda is the presentation of gift to the Vice President. And I would like to invite the Secretary to the Government of Ondo State, Dr. Taiwo Fashoranti, for the presentation.
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima GCON, on behalf of the government, good people of Ondo State, and the SMEs, the entrepreneurs, we gladly and humbly present this gift to you as a token of our joy and in receiving you in Ondo State to be part of this occasion. Thank you so much, Mr. Vice President.
After that presentation to the Vice President, Your Excellencies, our royal fathers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to welcome to the microphone the man who advocated for the recharging of the Lake Chad Basin expanding the irrigation infrastructure, establishing a national farm database, who advocated for the emergency school feeding program. Your Excellencies, I want to welcome a man who, through the special agro-industrial processing zones, has created over 785,000 jobs, a project that is projected to attract over $1 billion in total investment by 2027. A one-time senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and a two-time governor of Borno State. Please, if your hands are not busy, can you please welcome with me His Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON.
Kindly sit down. Kindly be seated. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ondo State, of the Loki Sunshine State of Ondo, Dr. Loki Orimishan Aida Tiwa, and his amiable wife, Mrs. Oluwaseun Esther Aida Tiwa. Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Abiodun Abayomi Oyebanji. Bow, bow, bow. Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Ondo State, Honorable Dr. Olaide Awolabi Adelami, MNI. Senator representing Osun East Senatorial District, Distinguished Senator Francis Fadaunsi. His Imperial Majesty, the Oni of Ife, KBSU Oba Dr. Ade Enitan Ogunwusi, the Ojaja II CFR. Thank you very much, Your Royal Majesty, for being a bridge builder, for crisscrossing the length and breadth of this nation, uniting the country. We are mightily proud of you, and the President is immensely grateful to you. His Royal Majesty the Olo of Owo and Chairman of the Council of Obas, Dr. Oba Ajibade Yesin Ogunoye II, the Deji of Akure, Obade Alade Lucy Alade Toimbo, the Deji, thank you so much for your support when we came for the gubernatorial. I cannot stop thanking you. My friend Senator Olaleka Mustafa, the Special Advisor to the President on Economic Matters, a son of the soil, Dr. Tope Kolade Pashua, PhD. The Special Advisor to the President on Job Creation and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Mr. Temitola Adekule Johnson, MFR. I never knew that you are a comedian in your first calling. My brother, the Director General of Smedan, Charles Odi, the Speaker of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olajide Olamide Adesami, ably represented by the Deputy Speaker, Right Honorable Begudu Ololade, and all the members of the Ondo State House of Assembly, the Secretary to the State Government, Dr. Tayo Pashoranti, and other members of the State Executive Council, the Head of Service, Mr. Bayo Phillips, the Chief of Staff to the Governor, Prince Omojua Olusegun, the President of Nasima, Alhaji Jani Ibrahim, who came all the way from Ilorin to identify with us in this our expanded MSME clinic. All senior government officials present here. His of security establishments, military and paramilitary, thank you for creating the enabling environment for us to work. Thank you so much for keeping the peace in Ondo State. Local government chairmen, development partners, honored guests, members of the fourth asset of the RIM, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We have come bearing the light of promise and the fire of enterprise. This is our seventh stop in a national journey that speaks to our deepest conviction, that the heartbeat of our economy lies in the hands of our micro, small and medium-sized enterprises. I bring with me the goodwill of His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and his heartfelt gratitude to the people and government of the Sunshine State of Ondo for graciously hosting this edition of the expanded National MSME Clinic. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, MSMEs account for over 90% of businesses in Nigeria. They contribute over 45% to our national economy and employ more than 60 million Nigerians. These enterprises are not merely economic actors. They are the silent architects of survival, the lifelines of households, the pulse of every community. They are the true engine of poverty alleviation, but there can be no sustainable effort to reduce poverty without the jobs and opportunities they generate. The message is simple. We cannot grow Nigeria's economy without empowering our MSMEs. Our national prosperity is intertwined with their success, and that was rightly encapsulated by the governor of Ekiti State. There can never be peace without development. There can never be development without peace. Growth and development should go hand in hand. This is why the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu places the creation of an enabling environment for MSMEs at the heart of our economic policies. It is not rhetoric. It is a call to action. It is a covenant with the builders of our future. This administration is deliberate in walking the talk, and one of the ways we do so is through platforms such as the MSME clinics, conceived to draw the federal government closer to the creators of jobs, the innovators, the dreamers who make things happen in our communities. Through this clinic, we are offering MSMEs in Ondo State an unprecedented opportunity, a chance to engage directly with regulatory agencies, financial institutions, and business support organizations. We want your challenges to find answers, not in theories or wishful thinking, but in real-time, face-to-face problem-solving conversations. I am also pleased to announce today, in line with President Tinubu's unwavering support for grassroots enterprises, that every outstanding exhibiting MSME identified during this clinic will receive an unconditional grant of 250,000 naira. This is not a loan. It is a gift from the Nigerian people, through their government, to the champions of local industry. It is our way of saying, we see you, we value you, and we believe in your journey. Our support does not end here. The federal government, under President Tinubu, has also created a 75 billion naira MSME intervention fund administered by the Bank of Industry. This fund provides up to 5 million in credit to MSMEs at a favorable interest rate of 9% per annum. Already 65 MSMEs in Ondo State have accessed over 297 million naira through this facility. Furthermore, under the 50 billion naira presidential conditional grant scheme, we are supporting 1 million nano businesses across the 774 local government areas of Nigeria with grants of 50,000 naira each. I am proud to say that approximately 25,000 nano businesses in Ondo State have received more than 1.2 billion naira in grants under this program. These are not promises. They are milestones in our economic recovery effort. And because we understand that the future of Nigerian manufacturing depends on our ability to produce competitively. The federal government has launched the 75 billion naira manufacturers fund. Through this scheme, manufacturers like members of NASIMA can access up to 1 billion naira in funding at 9% interest rate. I'm pleased to inform you that 5 manufacturing companies have already received over 1.3 billion naira in support from this fund. So to all the MSMEs gathered here today, I want you to know that you are not alone. You are not invisible. You are the center of our economic vision. I urge you to take full advantage of the opportunities before you. Engage with the agencies present. Seek guidance, ask questions, and seize every chance to elevate your business to greater heights. To our partner agencies, we are grateful for your presence and consistent support. Smedan, we are mightily proud of you, and thank you so much for identifying with our cause. But I implore you, do not make today a one-off gesture. Let this be the beginning of a long and fruitful engagement with our MSMEs. Follow up, support them, walk the road with them, be the wind beneath their wings. As I conclude, I must thank the government of Ondo State for its partnership and foresight. Your investments in infrastructure, your commitment to policies that welcome innovation and enterprise, and your support for local industry are commendable. They align perfectly with the federal government's broader agenda for a prosperous, inclusive economy. Your Excellency, you sought for two. You sought for 2 papers for the establishment of a patient hub. I have seen the thriving patient industry in Ondo. This is granted. Your second request has to do with an oil palm processing company. It's a value addition initiative. The highest Nigeria has ever earned from the export of petroleum was 25 billion in 2011 under former President Goodwill Jonathan. Indonesia earned $38 billion from the export of oil palm products last year. The president is determined to revive the oil palm industry in this country. He has already given us the marching order that in the next cropping season, we should plant 100 million oil palm trees. And one of the favorable outcomes of the alignment of the foreign exchange, multiple foreign exchange regimes that created opaqueness, that made room for round tripping, is that oil palm is having a resurgence in Nigeria. Okumu oil palm, Presco. Sir, do you know Presco's share price now? It's 1,550. An increase of 226% year to date. Okumu's dividend yield is unprecedented. Presco posted 58 billion naira is their first quarter profit for this year. So these are some of the fallouts. These are some of the dividends of the foresight, of the far-reaching policy decisions of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And this is just a tip of the iceberg. We are going to revive the cocoa industry in this country. At a point in time, we were the #1 producer of cocoa. We are going to plant in the next cropping season premium cocoa plants that we have already gotten the consent of the government of Sao Tome and Principe. Their own cocoa is the best in the world. We are going to replicate that success story in Ondo State, in Ekiti State, in Osun State. You can plant cocoa and oil palm in almost half of the nation. In southern Taraba, you can plant cocoa and oil palm. You can plant cocoa and oil palm in Abuja, in southern Benue, in southern Kwara. So opportunities abound, and Nigeria has no business being poor. We have no business with poverty. And by the grace of God and with your support, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is determined to redefine the meaning and concept of modern governance. He is determined to reposition the Nigerian economy. What we need is your support. What we need is your empathy. What we need is your understanding. And as I said at the palace, at the Secretariat of the Obas, no matter how long the night is, it must give way to the light of the dawn. Stormy, the weather might well be, but it won't rain forever. Our economy has turned the corner, and we are on a path to sustain growth. Thank you, Ondo, for supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In the last election, you gave us the highest margin of support. Two of the best states we perform in terms of the election output. We got the best outcome of the result from Ekiti. Ekiti gave us the push. We won overwhelmingly in Ekiti, all the 3 senators, all the members of the House of Reps. That gave us the feeling. Then the crowning glory is Ondo. Thank you so much, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Bao, for coming. Honestly, I don't take it lightly. I appreciate you. And Your Excellency, thank you for aligning with your wife. You have not relegated her to the background. She has been visible in our activity. You are truly a gender sensitive. And I've seen a lot of your commissioners are ladies. That's how it ought to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Long live Ondo State. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Hello. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We appreciate your visit to the Sunshine State. God bless you, sir. On behalf of the state government, we want to say a very big thank you to the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, and all the members of his entourage. And we wish you journey mercies back to your destination. And to my co-compare, Akiumi Abodunde, Bode Akiumi, very thank you. To our Chief Press Secretary, we appreciate you, sir. Bukola Maha, thank you. And Sheyi Law, please let's do this together at another time. Good afternoon, everyone.
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
October 7th Nova Festival attack. One is seen digging his own grave. The shocking images have intensified public pressure on Netanyahu to strike a deal. Israel's military already controls 75% of Gaza, but the new plan would involve entering dense central zones, home to over 2 million civilians. In some areas, operations had previously been paused due to the risk of hostages. The Palestinian Authority and international observers are warning against any new occupation. In 2005, Israel withdrew from Gaza. But now, with far-right ministers openly calling for new Jewish settlements, critics fear history could reverse. The reoccupation push comes just as international momentum builds for two-state solution. The UK, Canada and France have voiced support for recognizing a Palestinian state with Gaza as part of it. Netanyahu's gamble, analysts say, could reshape the region or backfire completely. His critics accuse him of dragging out the war for political survival. Israel's Army Radio reports that military discussions are already underway to surround key refugee camps and launch new strikes. A full cabinet meeting is expected later this week, one that could decide the next and perhaps most consequential chapter in this devastating war.
Global Affairs analyst Kachi Ononuju joins me live for more on this. Good to have you join us, Mr. Ononuju.
Thank you very much for having me.
I'm very sure you've heard this latest report of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu proposing to now fully reoccupy the Gaza Strip when he meets his security cabinet during the week. And this is amid global outcry about the starvation in Gaza. I just want to get your reaction to this latest move.
I am not surprised at this announcement. This was one of his originally stated goals. So with a rise in demands by the occupiers and the settlers asking for new settlements to be built in Gaza. Of course, what you expect Netanyahu to do? He will formally announce this previously held plans. This is not a new plan. This is an old plan of trying to create a greater Israel. It will include taking part this Gaza, going into parts of Lebanon, going into parts of Syria, and the expansion is all over the place. So it doesn't surprise anybody. The Americans have tried to hint at it, and the world said, no, America, you can't go in there to occupy it. So Israel thinks, if Americans can go there, we can go there. And that's what you're saying. So for me, I'm not surprised at the announcement. This is originally his plan of trying to create a greater Israel. He said this before. He written it in his books. So I am not surprised at it. How he's going to do it is how I do not know. So he makes the announcement.
I mean, we're talking about a region where, especially, people have already started talking about just how dire the humanitarian crisis there is, the starvation. The pictures and videos coming from there are quite damning and just painful to watch. But then what would this mean for civilians and for the operations of the UN and other aid groups in Gaza?
Israel doesn't care about what you're talking about, the fate of the civilian. They don't care. What they care about is the land. And so if they say that they will make sure that Hamas doesn't come back, of course, they've done what they've done, and Hamas is still not defeated. And so the only way to make sure Hamas doesn't come back is to occupy the land. And that's what he's announced. He will occupy the land, and then as a strategy to have Israeli forces, Israeli citizens, and Israeli settlers on the land. He thinks that's the only way he can maintain control by securing it so that Hamas doesn't return to it, since he has not yet been able to defeat Hamas. All his costs are dispersal. But you see, there's a problem to this. We do not yet know the fate of the remaining hostages. And so what I will tell to the families and those who look about the news of those hostages, this his original plan. This is the plan the U.S. suggested, and the world said, no, U.S., you can't go on and do the occupation. Israel is now telling you that they will do the occupation themselves. So
that's a very interesting point you raised, Mr. Ononuju. Apologies for butting in, because you've talked about how this is the plan that the U.S. wanted to carry out. I remember President Trump talking about building hotels and accommodation in Gaza. But then how would you then react to Israeli security chiefs who have now written to President Trump, asking him to pressure Prime Minister Netanyahu to end the war? Do you think President Trump would favor a ceasefire or an effort to decimate Hamas, which the U.S. has designated a terrorist group?
Well, it's not about Hamas. It's about Israel's behavior in the territories. It is Israel's behavior in the territories that forces the reactions, which you now call Hamas. Whether it's Hezbollah or Hamas, those are simple reactions. The real issue is Israel's behavior in this land.
I get that point,
Israel's
Mr.
probably doing this to forestall any
my apologies. But I wanted to, what my question really is, if Trump himself had an idea to build hotels in Gaza, and then we're having military chiefs or military chiefs or military men in Israel now sending him a message to say, call Netanyahu to order, as it were. Is that an effort in futility?
No, it simply tells you that the entirety of Israeli population and society are not with Mr. Netanyahu in his hawkish move. You know, this has been there right from the word go. And not everybody in Israel is with him on this plan. That's why it was said, okay, if Israel wouldn't go there, he wouldn't be allowed to go there, and it would be very, very difficult to sell that to the international agreements. Let Americans come, and Americans say no. So as you know, hearing the discussions at the UN about how some countries, Spain, France, will unilaterally recognize the Palestinian territories as a separate entity, you know, politically and legally, Israel now thinks it should now move in. If the American plans are not going to go on, let its own plan go on. This is the original plan from the word go. Okay? If he's talking about Hamas, and now that it's been seen that Israel has not been able to defeat Hamas, Hamas has dispersed and simply relocated. So what he's telling you now, if the world refuses Trump's plan of America occupying the Gaza Strip and then turning it into a casino, El Dorado, and utopia, Israel itself will do the occupation. That's what he's telling you. Okay? If you're refusing for Americans to come and take it over, the Israelis will take it over. Don't forget, you're talking about land very rich in hydrocarbons, very, very incredibly rich with gas. So Israel just wouldn't allow such very rich territory to sprout into prospective population right on its border. What he's trying to tell you, it doesn't agree with the two-state solution. So those discussing at the United Nations about formally going on to recognize Palestine as a state, Israel is now telling you it will occupy this space.
Well, we'll see how this plays on. We saw how unpredictable President Trump was with the Iran-Israel crisis and a conflict. We'll see how he responds to this as well. Thank you so much for your time, as always. Global Affairs Analyst Kash Ononuju. You're watching The What Now. We'll take a break and return with more stories in a moment. Stay with us.